going to get better at going live, like, and recording videos and doing all that stuff. But y'all, like, I just gotta get straight into these messages because I don't even feel like doing the basic little spiel and stuff like that. And today I'm not gonna be divining. At first I was gonna divine through roses, but I just felt like I need to just speak to y'all. So collective, there's a few different messages that I gotta get off to you guys, and I feel like God is just like update you guys on my life, so I can sit over here and speak through my experiences in order to, because whoever sees this video is gonna resonate with it. The first thing I have to sit over here and get off is that mistakes are going to be made. Mistakes are going to be made in order for you to sit over here and learn from. I had made a TikTok video earlier today, and I feel like God is like touched back on today. A lot of you guys are sitting over here thinking that your losses are true losses, but they're not. They're lessons. The only two things that you can sit over here and do is win or learn a lesson. See, what's causing you to sit over here and keep you within that energy. Okay, God, I'm onto something. What's causing you to stay within that stagnant energy? What's causing you to stay within you not receiving your blessing? What's causing you to sit over here and stay within feeling like you within lack, really survival mode, lack, all of that? I feel like is you sitting over here not believing in yourself and you thinking that you truly failed, when God is sitting over here saying, look at all the people that God is not sitting over here saying that. God is sitting over here saying, stop comparing yourself to other fucking people. You're comparing yourself without thinking that you're comparing yourself. And I hear you guys in the background talking about, I don't compare myself to nobody. I'm really focused on myself. But you're sitting over here comparing yourself to other people that have already made a whole bunch of money. You're comparing yourself to the Jeff Bezos of the world. How did he do that? How did she do that? And maybe it might not be as big as Jeff Bezos, but I'm feeling like you guys are comparing yourself to other people and other people's success when you don't even know what it took to get to that level. A lot of you guys are thinking that because just because life didn't go the way that you expected it to go, guess what? You think that you're a failure. You think that you sitting over here because your business failed, you think you're a failure. And really your business didn't fail. What happened to your business is that you needed to learn some financial responsibility that made you go a little tumble, but you did not fail. You learned a lesson, didn't you? The point of the matter is that God wants me to sit over here and tell you that you need to stop allowing failure and doubt to creep up in you. Matter of fact, they don't exist in your mind no more. Matter of fact, they're not even in your imagination. They're not even in your past. And the reason why is because God wants me to call your attention to you understanding that it's time for you to release. See, a lot of you guys are looking for new stuff. You're looking to become a new person. You're looking to move into new spaces. You're looking to sit over here and be with new people. You're looking to sit over here and be a new person. But the point of the matter is, baby, in order for you to become that person, 333 on my timer, you have to sit over here and release the old, release what no longer serves you, release what has been hindering you back. A lot of you guys think that you have released because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that you guys sit over here and you feel like you have did it, but there's still pieces. You guys have did a big scoop. You did a big scoop of shit, but you haven't grabbed all those pieces. There's still pieces. And they keep falling. And the more that they break, look, y'all, the more that they break, they keep making smaller and smaller pieces. And God is sitting over here saying, dig up the motherfucking root. Dig up the root from the ground. So when you build it over, when shit falls out, you pick that shit up too. You get me? Y'all hear me? Sorry, y'all. I know I'm a little drastic, but I just feel like God is sitting over here saying it's time for you to dig up all the shit that like has been deep inside of you, that has sat over here and been hindering you, that has sat over here and been holding you back, because you guys have a mission. You guys have a place to be. You guys have things to do. You have actions to take. But the point of the matter is that you can't take these actions until you release this old. I feel like some of you guys are sitting over here trying to jump into relationships, but you ain't even heal from your past relationship. Like, and I know some of y'all been like, we've been over for 3 years, 4 years. Like, we've been sitting over here, like, we've been done. Like, I'm over it. But it's just like, are you really? Prove to me. Because you can sit over here and say it to your friends. You can sit over here and say it to yourself and try to convince yourself that you're over it, but you might not be over it. How do you truly know that you're over something? God is sitting over here saying, teach him something real quick. This is how you truly know that you're over your past. You don't have any ill feelings towards them. You don't sit over here and wish them harm. You wish them well. When their name pops up, you feel nothing. They might, when they try to get in contact with you, you feel nothing. They might sit over here and try to contact you through your dreams. That doesn't mean you answer. You don't feel nothing. You're just like, oh, okay. You become at peace. You made peace. You know that you're over your ex when you make peace with what happened in that situation. Even if you're the person that fucked up the relationship. When you make peace, then you're truly ready to move on. And then now God is sitting over here saying, talk about y'all parents. See, a lot of the deep-rooted issues is not from your past relationship. A lot of your deep-rooted issues comes from your parents. Maybe your daddy was gone. Maybe your mama was gone. Maybe you was raised by both your parents. Maybe you was sitting over here raised by your grandmother. Either or, no matter if you was raised by your auntie, no matter if you was raised by in foster care, maybe you didn't even have a fucking home. You know what the similarity between all of us is? You feel like I feel. You feel like I feel. You heal like I heal. You hurt like I hurt. If I pinch you right now, you feel that shit. I feel like God is sitting over here saying that we have got so distracted into our differences that we have not sat over here and aligned with how we are the same. You can go get a bank account like I got a bank account. You can go buy a house like I got a house. You can sit over here and go buy a car like I got a car. Vice versa. You started a business, so I can go start a business. You finish your degree in high school, I can go finish my degree in high school. You finish your degree in college, I can go finish my degree in college. We are the same. I went off on a tangent, but God wants me to come back to your parents or whoever it is that raised you, or even if it is that you raised yourself. The point is we are similar because we all have shit that we have been through that is deep down inside of us that we need to dig up. Because a lot of you guys are sitting over here still trying to get into a relationship, and a lot of you guys are sitting over here whenever your relationships are failing because you have not sat over here and dealt with your deep-rooted trauma. And because I'm talking to a big audience, you know what your trauma is. You know you sat over here and can't fucking find a man because your daddy fucking fucked you up. You know you can't sit over here and find a woman because you know you really got mommy issues and mommy wasn't there. You know you can't find a person, however they identify as. Because maybe they might not identify as man or woman, masculine or feminine. You know you can't sit over here and find that person. And the reason why is because you haven't sat over here and dealt with your abandonment issues. You haven't sat over here and really, truly mastered love within self. You have not mastered love within self, so therefore, how can you sit over here and love another person? You have not mastered love within self, so how can you care about another person? God is like, give him an example, B. Go ahead, give him an example. Me. Y'all, I sat over here and I ruined relationships. I have been the villain in relationships. I have been the victim in relationships. I have been it all. Let me tell you something. But what I learned, especially from my last relationship, is that your past catches up to you. Your past feelings catches up to you. And if you do not deal with your past, it will ruin your present. And then your present will ruin your future. Hear me and hear me well, because I'm going over your head. If you do not deal with your past, it will ruin your present. And your present will ruin your future. See, I spent 3 years trying to get my ex back, y'all. 3 years. And why should he have taken me back? I know a lot of y'all are like, can you give me some context? Because, bitch, I need to know. Y'all, I embarrassed this man. Not on purpose. But hurt, Charlie, hurts. If you hurt, you hurt. But I don't want to make excuses. I hurt this man because I was not okay within myself. I hurt this man because I sat over here and thought that the grass was greener on the other side. I hurt this man because I sat over here and I was moving too fast after we had just broken up. I hurt this man because this man truly loved me, truly cared for me. I just didn't accept how he loved me. He loved me, but I sat over here and thought because he didn't love me the way that I thought that I should have been loved, or how I was shown love, that he did not love me. And it took me until I got out of that relationship, and it took me for after I begged this man to take me back, it took for me to sit over here and take countless trips back to the state that he lived in order for me to resonate and to understand that maybe he just was not my person. And he's not. He was my person for right then and there. For those moments that we spent together. For the years we spent together. And the 3 years after I sat over here trying to run and chase his ass. He was that person for right then. But what I learned through all of that is that you can't sit over here and no matter, okay, there's a few messages that I learned. The first thing that I learned is that you can't sit over here and heal somebody. You can't fast up or speed up the healing process for somebody else. That's the first thing I learned. The second thing that I learned is that you can't sit over here and force anybody's hand in anything. The third thing I learned is how are you going to sit over here and be over here trying to ask for this person back when you still out here playing the field? The fourth thing I learned is that you can't play with nobody else's feelings, because karma's going to catch up to you, and then other people are going to try to play with your feelings. The fifth thing that I learned is that you attract what you are in that moment. So in that moment, I understood that he couldn't take me back because I was no longer where he was at anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. He cared for me. And each time I went out there, like, we talked. But we argued. But we talked. Or we argued. Like, we went back and forth. I'm going to just keep it all the way of being with you. But what it came down to is that he couldn't take me back because I wasn't supposed to be there, and God told him not to take me back. And I know that he wanted to, in certain places, in certain aspects, I feel like he wanted to take me back because I was comfort to him. Because at a point, like, we had built something together. But because I fucked shit up, he couldn't. There was too much turmoil done. And maybe now that time has passed, I don't even like to say that because I don't know where that man is. I have since left him alone. I've made my peace with the situation. And I feel like God is sitting over here telling me to tell you this story for a reason. And God is like, revealed to you guys how I made peace with it, because you guys are going through something similar and you guys don't know how to make peace with, maybe you fuck something up. Whoever I'm talking to, you fuck some shit up. The way you make peace. The last time I was out there, and honestly, I had to go out there for some fucking, on some business stuff, but I asked to stay with him. And at this time, I was full blown on my healing journey. And well, actually, I was kind of like in the beginning of my healing journey. And it took me to realize that I had to take that trip in order to realize that I was really over it. That I couldn't go back. But when I took this trip, because God is like, get into details, because y'all, I don't be liking to share about my personal life, but I feel like God is just like, I have to be open with you guys in order for you to learn from my own experiences. When I took this trip, I went and I got everything that I needed to taken care of. But when I sat over here and, you know, I opened up and I let him know, like, hey, listen, I apologize. Even though I have already apologized, like, I've apologized for 3 years about what I had did. The real thing is that I sat over here and I apologized. And I just told him, like, listen, all of those other times, like, I'm not apologizing to try to be back with you. I'm apologizing in order for you to understand that I am truly, I truly am sorry for hurting you, and I hope that one day that you can forgive me and let it go. Not to let it go to be back with me, but to let it go for you can, so you can heal and you can go move on to be with somebody else. My biggest thing is that I didn't want to admit that I hurt somebody so bad to where they could potentially go fuck up themselves and go fuck up their next relationship, their next blessing. Hear me well. Their next blessing, because I hurt them, because hurt people, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. But the truth of the matter is that that's what I was trying to get through to him the whole time. But I was also still holding on to the comfort of him. So in this last time that I had seen him, I had sat over here and I revealed to him, like, listen, you know, and I even cried and I broke down and I was just like, listen, like, you know, I really am sorry and I apologize. And I understand where I went wrong, and I just hope that one day you accept my apology, and that you don't pass on the hurt. Essentially, that's what I said in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure there was a lengthier message, but that's essentially what the fuck I said. And he didn't say nothing. He just, because he never says nothing. But that's neither here nor there. That's just how he processes things. Maybe he didn't have anything to say. But in that moment, I had let out my truth, and I feel like in order for you guys to truly release, like, what it is that you need to release, and for you to actually sit over here and to move on, you need to get all that old shit out of you. Tying it back to what I was talking about earlier, you got to sit over here and release it. And if that means word vomiting, writing down a letter, you sitting over here sending it, fucking, whether it's physical, technology, like, it don't matter. Like, you need to get it out. And I feel like God wants me to call your attention that maybe some of you guys' loved ones have passed on, or maybe it was that, you know, you just don't wish to, like, it's not safe for you to reach out to that person, or maybe it's just like, you know they're never gonna listen. Maybe you just need to voice it out into the world to where you are truly releasing it, because you can't harvest it inside. Even if you're not sitting over here telling them face to face, maybe you're not able to be face to face with this person, but I feel like God is sitting over here saying you still need to find a way to get it out. Get it out and then move on with your life. Because God needs you to go into a different direction. God needs you to sit over here and continue to flourish and be in that next relationship. Because you might sit over here, everything that you learned from fucking up that past relationship is going to sit over here and help you in this future relationship. Everything that you learned from that past hurting, from you hurting in the past, from you breaking down in the past, from you making all those mistakes in the past, it's going to bring you your blessing. And that's another thing that God wants me to call your attention, is that sometimes People are only in your life for a season. I know you guys have heard this shit. Some people are only in your life for a season, and that's okay, because there are other people that are truly aligned for you. See, I'm the type of person where I feel like God brings into people, or God brings in people into your life in order for you to experience a thing. And once God feels like you've already experienced that, oh, okay, so there's two messages. Once God has figured that you have already experienced that, then he doesn't want to, like, it's a test. And those moments where you're sitting over here experiencing something that you had already experienced, it's a test to see if you have truly moved on from the past, or if you are continuing trying to live in this karmic cycle. The second thing is he's going to give you a person that's aligned with you, that is where you're at. That is exactly where you're at. But the point of the matter is that if you are not done with your past, not done with your past traumas, he's not going to bring this person in. And if he does bring this person in, and you reveal that you're not over your past, guess what? As fastly as he brought him in, he's going to fucking take him out. And I know right now I'm speaking like as if you are a feminine, but take this as it resonates. The point of the matter is God is sitting over here saying that I'm only going to give you what you have shown me. You are a walking mirror, and God wants me to call your attention to you being a walking mirror. God wants me to call your attention to you sitting over here truly living within self, and truly living within just living. That's what God is sitting over here saying, because some of you guys have forgot the art of fucking living, of actually taking risks, of taking leaps of faith, of sitting over here. And some of you guys are scared. And God doesn't want you to fucking be scared anymore. It's time. There's sirens outside. It's time. Release what you need to. And take this as it resonates, because maybe what you need to release is not your past love. Maybe it's a family member. The hope of you rebuilding a relationship with a parent. The hope of you rebuilding a relationship with your kin. The hope of you sitting over here rebuilding a relationship with your with your old teachers. Shit. Anyway, y'all, I feel like that's the message. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.